That's better. Have the camera upside down. Good morning. Coffee. Here we are in beautiful downtown Crestline in the San Bernardino Mountains of Southern California's Inland Empire. Ooh, upcoming alarm. I'm telling my phone to be quiet. Now what? On X from leading report, Senator Ted Cruz claims former President Barack Obama ran the Biden White House. Is that supposed to be something new? I've been hearing it for several years. Well, anyway, here we are on the mountain, Southern California. I'm around 5,000 feet, so we didn't exactly get snow, but the rain was so cold it probably would have been nicer to have some snow. Snow has to melt before it gets you soaking wet. Uh, it came in overnight on Monday into Tuesday. And boy, at first it was a few light showers here and there, and then the downpour with a massive windstorm. Whew! I stayed inside, and all the cats, well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cats stayed in. Don't admit to having more than 6. 2 of them are feral, 2 of them are strays, and 2 are cats I actually adopted on purpose. Well, sort of. Sweetie was born here. I had little choice. Anyway, wow, Southern California, well, all of California got blasted by a huge storm that came down from Canada, British Columbia, and Alaska. And wow, it's unusual for October. We expect it in January and February and even March sometimes. Oh well, life goes on. It's still cold out, but they claim it's getting warmer. What do weather forecasters know? What do weather reporters know? It didn't feel any warmer. Still doesn't. It's like 40 degrees, which is about 4.5 Celsius, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I think it's 47 today, so technically it's warmer, but doesn't feel warm at all. I'm waiting for my eyeglasses. First time in my life, I could not read the eye chart at the DMV, and I still think they were playing games. They had it on a computer screen, and I don't think they had it in focus. It was not that I couldn't read the letters, it was that there were no letters. It was a white screen with random black dots here and there, not letters at all, unless they were like 1 millimeter tall. So I think they didn't focus it. They keep it blurred so you can't walk around and memorize the letters. Also, they had me looking through one of those plastic barriers, and that barrier was dirty and scratched. And I'm supposed to look through that to a computer screen to read letters. Yeah. Oh well, eyeglasses won't hurt me. I've had them before, but I've never been required to wear them while driving. I just did wear them because I thought it was a good idea. And about 10 years ago, no, 20 years, excuse me, uh, my eyeglasses just didn't seem to be working anymore. So I went to the optometrist and he said, "Well, you don't need glasses." And now, 20 years later, I can't read the computer screen, even though my vision is just fine for reading and for reading a book or reading a street sign 20 or 30 feet away. Oh well, welcome in, Pio. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm starting early again. The internet seems a little more reliable before 8 a.m. And I'm awake anyway, so why not? Well, the government shutdown has not affected me personally, at least not yet. The military is getting paid. All the, let's see, active duty soldiers are getting paid, and those who have been on active duty in the past month are getting paid. Oh, the government shutdown, yeah, it has happened before. Not once during the Biden administration, but it did happen in Trump's first presidency. Anyway, I can see just fine. I can get around, but I can't read their computer screen. If it were on, I'll bet you if it were a paper card on the wall, I could read that. It's the backlighting on the computer screen that drives me nuts anyway. When I'm watching YouTube, I'm not really watching, I'm puttering around doing stuff and listening. So I don't think the computer has damaged my eyesight. So, anyway, the big problem with the shutdown at this time is air traffic controllers. They are not getting paid, but they're required to go to work anyway. So there's a massive sick out. Air traffic controllers calling in sick and using up their sick pay. Oh, this dang tumor on my face. It's getting smaller, but it's still a pain. Causes problems. So I'm glad I don't need to fly anywhere. That would be a nightmare. Canceled flights and reduced schedules because you can't fly without an air traffic controller. Those heroes have saved people's lives. They see something wrong and they tell the pilot, divert, go higher, go lower, turn, whatever needs to be done. So you avoid a catastrophe like crashing into another plane. It seems to be most common on the runway. There are some usually private pilots, but sometimes major airlines, they'll take a wrong turn or they'll misunderstand and start moving when they're not supposed to. Shutdown. Well, the Democrat demands are outrageous. More than $1 trillion in spending right now. Not over the course of a year, but right now. We have a huge national debt. And they want to add another trillion. Actually, they're saying 1.5 trillion. 1.5 trillion. to the budget just to gain more time to uh, discuss and negotiate what we're going to spend over the next year. Now, many appropriations bills have gone through, so some parts of the government are funded. Social Security keeps paying people. That seems to be something that will not stop. And Medicare is still covering people who have Medicare. If you're just applying now, you've just retired and you're applying for Social Security, it might take a while. Um, you know, a lot of government employees are on furlough, which doesn't mean they're fired, but they might become fired. And some district judge, well, federal, but district, not national, has said, oh, you can't fire people, and put I think it's a 2-week uh, restraining order. So they're just being furloughed, not fired. But the administration, the White House has a way around that. They're telling them, not you're fired, but you might be fired in 60 days while they work their way through the court system. And with my experience with government employees, there's good and there's bad, different people, but some agencies are just totally bad. I can't remember all the letters and names of agencies, but one in particular is supposed to prevent mortgage fraud. All they do when you complain to them as a private citizen is send you a form letter saying, you're screwed, forget it, we're not helping. Of course, they say it in nice, fancy language. It sounds polite. But I even had my congressman's office write to them, and they got the same answer. It's what they send to everybody. Hi, Jorge, welcome in. Jorge is Spanish for George. Good name. My grandfather was George. Do I think Madonna works for the evil side? I don't know a lot about Madonna, but oh, well, there goes my tea and one napkin. Not a problem. It's my second cup of tea. I remember early in her career some really disgusting things she did with a cross. I think we should pray for her to be released from her demons. That's kind of off topic, but since it came up in chat, that's my answer. Peel, it was something sexual. That's all I'm going to say. In public during a performance. That was back in the dark ages. So early in my life, I don't remember much beyond I'm never going to any of her performances. I won't even watch them on YouTube. I don't think we had YouTube then. I guess television, cable TV. Let's see, this is, what is it? It's Wednesday. No, yeah, it's Thursday, of course. October 16, 2025. In 2 days, Saturday, October 18, all over the United States, um, they're having no kings protests, and some will have speakers, with the microphone and all. Uh, I don't know. I have better things to do with my time and energy. Clean the kitchen, wash the dishes, mop the floors, take out the trash, feed the cats. I adopted two cats about 10 years apart. I now have six cats, two ferals, two strays, and the two I adopted, and there's other cats coming around begging for food. It turns out they are strays, and several people in this neighborhood have been feeding them. I just hope they're spayed and neutered. I cannot take in kittens. Can't do it. We're only supposed to have 4 pets, and I'm already up to 6. At least I got them spayed and neutered. But except for Grandpa, who is an ancient, old tomcat, he was living next door with the squatters, and the squatters finally moved out. The house was actually condemned because in California you can't just evict people uh, who broke into your house and don't pay rent and just squat there. But the county came out and condemned the house and said nobody can live there. It is uninhabitable. You can't live in it. And someone bought that house and is renovating it, fixing it up, and plans to flip it, to sell it for a profit. I don't think she knows what she was in for when she bought it, because it's been over a year and they're still working on that house. The outside looks okay, but they painted it black. Apparently that's a thing now. People want black houses. I don't like that one bit. Not at all. Uh, wow. Let's see, what else? Is the world falling apart? Well, it's getting stranger every day. Senator Fetterman from Pennsylvania, the Democrat who had a stroke and not unwoke. People were calling for him to resign after he had that stroke, but he came back just awesome. He has common sense. Let's see, the war between Israel and Hamas might be over. We'll see. But thank God the hostages have been released. Many of them are in such bad shape. It's okay, Jorge. We're often off topic. Well, anyway, some of them are in such bad shape that they've been warned not to eat a full meal. It could kill them because they've been starved so much they cannot digest food until they start introducing very mild food a little at a time. Things like gruel, let's see, oatmeal, farina, also known as cream of wheat, stuff like that. And in small quantities until their body recovers from 2 years of starvation. Some of them don't look so bad, but some of them are just like walking skeletons. They're worse off than I am. Oh, and by the way, I gained 5 pounds, which is a victory for me. I'm seriously underweight and have been for years now, and I'm finally, well, I gave up on the nutrition advice from the nutritionist and just worked out my own diet, what I can eat, how much of it, and so forth. And I'm gaining weight finally. I'm really proud of myself for working it out. I try this, try that, do research. One of the best things, apparently, for almost anything that ails you is cinnamon. Now, they say you have to get Ceylon cinnamon because the other kind is cheaper and more widely available. But I just get the stuff that's at the grocery store because Ceylon cinnamon is hard to find and very expensive. They're from a slightly different kind of tree, but they're really the same thing. They're the bark of a cinnamon tree. It's not called a cinnamon tree. I forget what it is called. But I love cinnamon anyway. And now they say don't eat oatmeal, but they also say it's for fattening up your horse. And I actually need some body fat, so I eat oatmeal with cinnamon and brown sugar or molasses instead of white sugar. Brown sugar is brown because it contains molasses. And I find it really tasty. Um, hmm, oh, yeah. And all my life, I thought I was making caramel by melting brown sugar into butter and cooking it. That's actually butterscotch. Caramel is just white sugar that's been heated till it turns brown. Oh well. Anyway, there's something to be said. You have to be careful searching things on the internet. There's so many scams out there. I still, no matter how many times I've blocked that ad, I keep getting ads for the pink salt recipe to lose weight. They want you to mix apple cider vinegar, pink salt, I guess that's Himalayan salt, and baking soda and some other stuff and drink it to lose weight. Well, yeah, after you get through vomiting, you won't want to eat. I don't go near apple cider vinegar. I hate it. If I need vinegar, I usually go for the plain white vinegar. I do have some Japanese rice vinegar. And now there's research showing that red wine vinegar is probably better than apple cider vinegar. If you need vinegar for some health problem or just general health, put a teaspoon of vinegar in a tall glass of water. It's supposed to do good things for you, especially digestion. But don't add all that other crap. Although it seems that most Americans, at least, are deficient in salt. We need the sodium chloride, that's salt, for our various organs to work properly. Our blood needs salt, and if we take in too much salt, yeah, the kidneys have to filter it out, and that might cause problems. But we've restricted salt so much in the US that it's ridiculous. And a little pinch of salt in a big pot of soup is not going to do much, but it will elevate the flavor so that you like it more. Let's see what else. John Fetterman, the senator, the Democrat senator from Pennsylvania, actually praised Donald Trump for negotiating peace all over the world, not just Israel and Gaza. And he scolded his fellow Democrats for being so rude about Charlie Kirk's death. He says, hey, the man died. He's a father, a husband and father, and you're mocking him because he died? Fetterman has some common sense. He's more like the old Democrats, like John F. Kennedy, or even, hate to say it, Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton won his first term because George H.W. Bush, the father, was such a lousy president. And I could see it coming. He was the former head of the CIA, and you want him for president? You've got to be kidding me. And he doesn't know where he was the day President John Kennedy got shot. Doesn't remember. I was 9 years old and I remember in detail. President Kennedy was shot to death on live TV. All the reporters were covering his car caravan from the airport to the place where he was scheduled to give a speech. And they covered the hospital where he was taken. It's 7:13 in the morning. I don't remember a lot of names and places. I do remember the footage they showed on TV. They wouldn't do that now. They'd say it was too sensitive. It might upset people if you saw it. I remember Jackie Kennedy leaning over and holding her husband's head. Oh, man. And then when she met LBJ, the vice president, on the airplane, Air Force One, there was blood all over the front of her dress. Her husband's blood. And then, let's see, a couple of years down the line, Bobby Kennedy, President Kennedy's brother, got shot and killed. And the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we usually just call him Martin Luther King, he was shot and killed. And Malcolm X, the Black Panther who kind of left the Black Panthers and started preaching peace, he was shot and killed. And as time went on, in the late 60s, Janis Joplin died. Jimi Hendrix died. Drug overdoses, they said. And Dorothy Kilgallen, the journalist who was writing a book to reveal who actually killed President Kennedy, she died supposedly from sleeping pills. And the manuscript of her book it disappeared. And her, I wouldn't say estranged, but her husband, who was kind of distant from her, had nothing to say about it. A lot of deaths in the late 60s and even the early 70s of prominent people. Wow. There's a car out front. I don't think it's in my driveway, so it's not for me. My son came to visit on Sunday, just in time to beat the storm. He's obviously in fragile health, but I got to spend a couple hours talking with him before he had to go home. Somewhere between 200 and 300 miles away. Long drive, especially for him. Bad heart. He has a pacemaker implanted, and it's also, if his heart goes into fibrillation, there's a defibrillator that'll zap him. He said it happened once and it was horrible, but it saved his life. He's on limited duty at work, but he is able to work now. Got things straightened out with his health insurance and so forth. But in the worst of it, his fellow employees donated their sick time and even vacation time for him because he was really unable to work and used up all his own sick pay and vacation time. He's had 2 major surgeries on his heart, and the doctors think it really was from either COVID or the vaccine. his arteries are fine. His blood vessels are not a problem, but his heart had scar tissue inside. Wow. I had COVID twice and I had one Pfizer vaccine. I was never seriously ill from COVID. Once before the vaccine and once after I had it. Super runny nose, and I had to isolate so other people would not catch it. But I was not very ill. But the vaccine, I had an allergic reaction. I don't know what part of it I was allergic to, but the doctor said not to take another one because it was severe. Ah, I hate this stupid tumor on my face. See, it looks ugly, but it's actually getting smaller because with the treatment I'm getting, plus my own immune system, it's getting defeated. And it's not deadly cancer, it's just basal cell carcinoma. If it goes off long enough, they say it could affect other parts of the body, but that has not happened to me. It's just skin cancer. But the problem is I can't get my dentures in because the tumor is in the way. So I've had to, like I love tree nuts like pecans and walnuts. I have to put them in the rocket blender and chop them up to tiny pieces because I can't chew them without teeth. Ah, horrid. Well, and I'm working on doing more on my cooking show. I think, yeah, I already did lasagna and meatloaf. I used to make them all the time many years ago, but uh, I just, quit. So it's been like 25 years, and I finally started making them again. It's just me, and so but now I have people to share it with. It's not a good deal to make a whole meatloaf or a pan of lasagna for one person. Yeah, you can freeze it, but even so, um, I'm not going to eat it every night for a week. And my freezer gets too full for the new stuff to fit in, like ice cream and frozen vegetables. I've pretty much given up on fresh vegetables. Not all of them, but many of them, like some beans and corn, because the fresh ones will go bad before I have a chance to use them. And I only get to shop for groceries once a week. So, and I can't be sure of what day I'm going to have a ride to the store. Once in a while, I get a delivery because I can't wait, but that costs extra. And they don't take food stamps on deliveries. So, and my food stamps are not quite enough, but It seems silly to use cash when I still have some food stamps. They call it SNAP, at least in California. Supplemental nutrition something. Oh well. I did get a grant from Sacramento, the capital of California, to help with my winter heating bills. Nobody's talking to me. My chat is not chatting. Oh, wow. I've been on for 40 minutes and I feel so all alone. Well, it's 7:24. Hi, IB. Welcome in. Hello. IB Collectibles. Wow. Winter set in early this year. It's supposed to happen in December or January, and it's here right now in mid-October. But they claim we're going to have about a week of warm, dry weather now. I hope so. I have to get into my storage again and sort things out. Some to sell, some to donate, and some to toss out. And I need to put together all my dead computers and cell phones. You can't just put them in the trash. They have to go to a special collection point. The trash truck won't take them. You have to take them yourself. And I think it's only Saturday and Sunday. Not positive about that. But, they have to go separately from trash. So I have to get them all together in one place and get someone to take them for me. Yeah, take the chip thingy out. Good idea, cause name. And welcome in. Well, one of the dead computers is so old that it has the now I'm forgetting the thing that spins. The one I'm on now is 6 years old, and yeah, disk, but main drive is what I was trying to think of. Yeah, the one I'm on now is 6 years old, and it doesn't spin. It has the newer kind of disk or main drive, with all the hardware, software on it. So I've got that. I have 3 dead laptops. I'm not sure whether I can get the hard drive out. Hard drive is what they call it. I'll try. But this one's kind of wobbly now, being 6 years old. It did qualify for Windows 11, and even though I never gave it permission to upgrade to Windows 11, it did it without my permission or knowledge and just did it one day. Oh, the SIM card from tablets and phones. Good idea. Yeah, I think I have 2 dead tablets, and some of the dead phones are not mine. They just got abandoned when people left a bunch of their stuff here and never came back for it. Yeah, I'm really unhappy with Windows 11. I can't even move the little Now I'm forgetting what that's called. The little list of icons. It's across the bottom of my screen and it won't let me move it to one side or the other. And certain programs on the computer cover it up so I can't see what time it is or check the internet connection or any of that because the I can't even get into the settings. Yeah, I've been thinking about Linux, but apparently it isn't really for someone like me who's only barely computer literate. It's easy when you have two SSDs. Yeah, thanks, Pio. Of course, yeah, I'd need to pay someone to do it too. And then I'd have to learn a whole new operating system. I wonder if I could buy a computer that already has Linux, seeing as how um, this one's 6 years old. It's a I'm, yeah, a desktop. A big tower-like thing. Uh, so I'm amazed that it still works now. Oh, it's a real problem to get into the settings on this thing. I click on settings, and instead of a list of settings, it has a list of categories. And it really is not easy to find the right category for what you want to do. Well, I figure if I try to avoid being spied on, they'll be suspicious and find a way to spy on me anyway. So I go ahead and use Google for my internet doings. Since they own YouTube, it's a good fit. Oh, it's pricey to get Linux pre-installed. Well, hi, RW. Welcome in. Oh, I have a GoFundMe. The link is in the description. My son gave me a little money, but he isn't wealthy. He just has a good job, and once in a while he can spare a little cash. And he's a good man. I also have PayPal and Buy Me a Coffee, and my favorite is PayPal because it has the lowest fees. Let me see, what else do I have? When I searched for that list earlier, I had the most horrible title because my hands were on the wrong part of the keyboard. Oh, I have an Amazon wish list with an inexpensive laptop computer on my wish list. Anyway, Google and Gmail found what I was looking for, even though it was just gobbledygook that I typed in. Yeah. Oh, Cause is a pensioner, must be British. I'm a retiree because I'm in the US. Yeah, a lot of us are on fixed incomes. Don't donate to me if you're struggling too. I don't want to put you in a bad place. I still have things to sell. A lot of them are in a consignment shop locally, and some I've sold online through a book dealer who knows how to price them and who would buy them. Gonna switch to Mint. Oh, Mint Mobile. Huh. Australia caused. Oh dear. Well, I guess that's a step up from the England, from the UK, um, as far as government goes. Yeah, Pio doesn't want to deal with Microsoft Mint operating system. Never heard of it, Pio. Of course, I live in a cave. I'm a bit of not a Luddite. What's the word I want? Oh, a hermit. I live alone with 6 cats. I did not get those cats on purpose. I wanted a dog, and God sent me cats. Hmm. Bunch of tech channels. We're talking about Mint. It's interesting, Pio. Oh, I went to join uh that chat place that Ditch was on. Found out I was already signed up. I went to sign up and it said you're already a member. And I still haven't actually done anything with it. I was supposed to be a guest on a radio show, but I couldn't log in that day because the stormy weather knocked down my internet. Cause says Australia is slightly less worse than the UK. I don't know. During COVID, they actually arrested a woman who walked out her front door into her own front yard. I don't remember whether she had a mask, but people were not allowed to leave their homes. Pio doesn't like using Linux, and Cause says Mint is Linux operating system. What is that freaking... I gotta find the name of that group. Apparently, the suspect in the child church is on it, and I'm totally blank. All right. Oh, for crying out loud. I can't remember where I put it. Freeman is on now. Freeman wants to know if I'm going on the air today. Okay, come on, get close. And what's her name? Gal who was going to interview me. It's on the tip of my brain. Solaris Blue Raven and the Discord. Yeah, I went to sign up on Discord to go on her radio show remotely, and it said I'm already on it. Never used it. Huh. Mint is a bit more like the old Windows. I miss Windows 11, which was an upgrade from SP, and I liked SP better than Windows 11. Not 11, pardon me, 9, I think. XP, X as in xylophone or extra P. Windows XP was good. I'm still laughing. It was 2019. I went to the DMV I forget why. But all their computers crashed. And I noticed they were trying to sign in with DOS. I asked, what's up with that? Oh, we're on Windows 2 in 2019 at the Department of Motor Vehicles. I destroyed a computer, killed it once. I think it. You rotten cat! There's a cat peeing off in a corner where I can't get to her. I hope it isn't Sweetie. She's so old, I'm afraid she's gonna die. Why do I have 2 cat litter boxes? If you're just gonna pee and poop on the floor, that's Sweetie. Oh, God. I think she's dying. Well, I can't deal with it till I get off the internet. Windows 8? I don't remember having 8. It must have been for tablets. Oh, mobile phone integration. Wow. You had an old Toshiba with Windows 7? Well, she isn't dead. She's just... maybe... I don't know. She's a weirdo. She just pooped on the floor and off in a corner that I can't get to. Too much stuff in the way. Well, when I get off of YouTube, I'm going to put some stuff outside and clean up cat poop. And it was diarrhea. Ew. Old ThinkPads. I never had a ThinkPad. Oh, Windows Vista. Yeah, I think that might be the one that killed the laptop computer. It just wouldn't work at all after I installed it. It was either Windows 2 or Windows Vista. It was so long ago. I just remember, you gotta be kidding me. It must have been Windows 2. Always crashing and never letting me do anything. And I couldn't uninstall it. Oh well. So, just in case Freeman has come in, I'll stay on a little longer. But it's been nearly an hour. Oh, pre-installed. It worked fine. Yeah, I upgraded. I think it was actually Windows 2. It seems to me we were still on DOS when the Windows upgrade destroyed the computer. Oh yeah, it's cold out here. 40 Fahrenheit. Wow, it's 47 now, probably around 5, between 5 and 6 Celsius. But it was much colder on Tuesday when it rained all day. It was almost snow or ice. It was the water coming down from the sky was so cold. Oh, Pio has to go outside to smoke. So he'll be right back after his smoke break. Yeah, I loved DOS. I'm really unhappy with Windows. It was okay when Windows let you sign in or log in with DOS and then open Windows. Because I had games I can't play anymore because they only work on DOS. And even though Windows lets you simulate DOS, it doesn't really work. IB is in San Diego. Yeah, I'm in San Bernardino up on a mountain. You guys got hit by two storms, by the way. There was the little, almost a hurricane coming up from Baja, plus the big storm coming down from the Pacific Northwest, which was bad enough. 70s and 40s in Virginia. Well, they claim it'll get up to maybe 60 degrees today. Can't count on it. Right? Oh, 45 degrees. I don't want to do that on the computer. It'll strain my internet connection. Yeah, Freeman says he'll be here in about 5 minutes. He's a regular. Okay. No, my phone says it's 45. Oh, it might even get up to 65 in the late afternoon. And tomorrow it might get up to 70. That'll be a relief. It's been so cold day and night. Cause uses an emulator for retro games. Yeah, when Windows first came out, I was shocked you couldn't sign in with DOS. I never heard of DOSBox, IB. DOSBox on Windows? Hmm. I have a huge driveway outside my fence. It's sideways. You can park head in. You could get at least 6 cars side by side in my driveway and still be able to open the door and get out of your car or into it. So people driving on this road use my driveway to turn around and go the other way. I don't play a lot of games. I got kind of sucked into Seeker's Notes. It's basically find the hidden objects, but it's real fancy and has a story. But I don't like being forced to go on the internet to play a game. I have limited internet. I can't use it all up playing a game. I've managed to play Microsoft Solitaire offline. They'll let you do that. They don't like to let you do that because you don't see the ads and you don't get little goodies like saving your score and showing your rank. And I don't care. I'm just playing cards for fun. And it's too much work to shuffle actual cards. If I can just have the computer do it. I haven't found spades. I like the game of spades. Haven't found it on my computer. I also like hearts. Hearts is a good card game. Ah. Cause also has an aging brain. I'm 71. When I was in my 20s, I thought I'd be dead by now. Oh, yeah, working in security is a good time to play solitaire. a lot of time with nothing to do and nothing happening. Oh, Yahoo had spades, Cause says, and hearts. Um, well, I haven't been on Yahoo since they canceled all those free websites they were giving people. Little blogs. You could set up your own blog on Yahoo, and they canceled it. So all the work I put into my Yahoo blog was gone in an instant, erased. Yeah, hours of boredom and minutes of people causing problems. That's security, PO. You'll avoid that job like the plague. My son worked security at a bar years ago, at least 10 years ago, maybe longer. And this great big guy with the leather and chains and stuff was giving him a hard time and wouldn't leave. And, well, security guards, at least around here, carry pepper spray. And it is not the pepper spray that I could put in my purse. It's a special blend for law enforcement only and security guards. The guy, raised his hands. I think he had a knife, but he had some kind of weapon, and he lunged forward toward my son, the security guard. Out came the pepper spray. The guy fell to the ground, and after that, he decided he'd just leave peacefully. That was the worst thing that ever happened to him working security. The rest of it was mostly boredom. And of course, it's a bar, but the security guard does not drink, at least not until his shift is over. Do I get home help? Well, I couldn't qualify for the paid home help. They want to send someone to cook and clean the kitchen. Well, I'm able to do that. What I really need is transportation. And even if I get my driver's license renewed once I have my eyeglasses, I don't have a car. I can't afford a car in California. Even people with old cars are paying $300 every year just for the little sticker on your license plate. And then there's the cost of insurance if you can get it. So many insurance companies are leaving California. And gas is almost $8 a gallon. Maybe $7 off the mountain in the flatland, but it's almost $8 up here. It's double the national average. Oh, RW gets help with wishes he had help with yard work. Yeah, I could use help with yard work. I can do the little stuff, but there's big jobs that really take a toll on me. Like this year, so far I have trimmed one rose bush. Actually, I topped it. The branches are growing straight up, and they're like 10 or 12 feet tall. So I cut them down to encourage them to bush out sideways instead. and I've done one rose bush. Oh, cause Mrs. working in restaurants felt accepted there. Well, restaurant work, no matter what you're doing, it is high stress followed by boredom, but mostly high stress. Whether you're washing dishes or cooking the food, or if you're the chef just barking out orders. Pio says maybe he should apply to flip burgers. Yeah, why not? If it's local, especially if you can walk to work, because even if you have a car, stuff happens. One job I had, it was my last day, and I missed the bus because it blew right, they were running late, so they blew right by the stop I was waiting at and didn't pick me up. So I was late going in for my last day, but it was awesome work. Court reporters would bring in their transcripts on computer, and we would load it onto the computer and translate their, it was like shorthand, only a special kind, and we translate it into English. The computer would do part of the work, but we still had to proofread and translate some of the shorthand. Oh, RW worked at a place that had an open kitchen, so you had to cook and be watched by the guests the whole time. Yeah, I like to watch the cook, but yeah, I wouldn't want to be watched. I bake cookies and meatloaf for the guy who hauls my trash because I can't afford to pay the trash company. It's outrageously expensive. Everything is in California. Oh, IB likes open kitchen. Okay. Let's see, what have I made? I've made a sort of Americanized the sizzling thing that comes on a sizzling platter in the restaurant. Not frittata, not fajita. Wrapped in a tortilla. Okay, come on, Google. Sizzling platter, Mexican food. Sizzling plate. Okay. Fajitas? Yeah, it's fajitas. It is fajitas. Okay, when I have leftovers of like chicken or beef, I'll get out the frying pan and fry up some onions and bell peppers. You can use hot peppers if you want, but I don't want. And then I toss in the leftover meat. Since it's already cooked, I wait till the onions and bell peppers are, pretty much done. Pop it into a tortilla, and then I add grated cheese and sour cream. And if I have an avocado, I add that too. Oh, yeah, you? No, I'm not ready for a solitaire challenge, Microsoft. I want to see the chat. RW says open kitchens are okay when there's a few people, but when the dining room is packed and noisy, it's really stressful. RW fajitas, but I dressed them up in a flour tortilla. Yeah, I see you, Freeman. Welcome in. Life goes on. Well, the government is shut down. It has not affected me personally. Life goes on. I didn't want to put shutdown in the title, so I put it in the description. The Army, the soldiers are getting paid, the active duty soldiers, and the air traffic controllers are not getting paid, so they're calling in sick. And the government is shut down because the Democrats want another $1.5 trillion in spending on things that were just eliminated in the one big beautiful bill. A lot of appropriations have already been passed in the House, but a lot more have not been passed yet. They need the government open to do that. Oh, now the Democrats are protesting some newly appointed senator for Arizona hasn't been installed, and they actually stormed the office of the Speaker of the House, and he wasn't there because he was at the White House, something to do with honoring Charlie Kirk, and they made a ruckus and even tore down a poster that was on the wall in the outer room of his office. Well, the answer is we can't install this new senator until the government opens back up. Let's see, RW likes the Mexican chicken dish with tortilla strips, white poblano sauce, and cheddar cheese. Chilaquiles. Okay. Well, I think Sweetie is about to pass, Freeman. She's very old and ill and a real problem. She doesn't even run away when I touch her paw. She retracts her paw, doesn't want to be touched. Well, look who's here. Hi, Jason. I've been coming on early because around 8 o'clock, Verizon starts cutting my internet. They call it prioritizing. No, she pooped on the floor, and it was diarrhea. It wasn't pee. And I'm going to have to clean it up when I get off of here. Oh, God. That's what I need, cleaning up cat poop. That'll make my day. I hope it gets warm enough to open the door and let all the cats go outside to do that. Yeah, she probably does have kidney failure. Her whole body is failing, and I can tell just looking at her. Sweetie has lost weight. She moves around slowly. Okay. All right, Freeman. Sarcastic, huh?